Hey guys, Mediocre Pie here. Just want to do a quick review of a knife that I got about 2.5 months ago, and I've really been loving it. I'll try staying away from the specifications just because there's so many reviews out there already that are covering this knife in particular, and I'll try just talking more about the things I like, things I don't like, and we'll go from there. So anyhow, if you don't know already, Spyderco Paramilitary 2, I got this about 2.5 months ago, and it's really taken over my EDC. I found it hard not to carry this knife just because it is so amazingly awesome. So before I talk about this, I want to talk about this knife, Spyderco Military. Before I even got this, I thought this was way too big of a knife, and I really wouldn't like it because it's so big, but I really fell in love with the shape, and just how it just fits in the hand, and just how awesome the blade cuts and everything. So kind of felt the same way about the Paramilitary. As soon as I got this, I was just amazed at how freaking smooth it opened up. If you guys didn't see my video where I fixed the sticky lock, it was absolutely ridiculous. I'd flick it open and then it'd stick so hard that disengaging it just took a ridiculous amount of force. I actually put it down on my bathroom scale, and I pushed down on here, and it took about 10-11 pounds of force to actually disengage that lock. So I fixed that. I'll put a video up in the annotations, but now now I can hit the camera more easily. No harm done. So I thought the military's action was pretty good, but with this extra little bit of blade, you really have to kind of put some effort into there to get that thing out and moving. But with this thing, man, it just opens almost telepathically. You just think you want it open, and it just opens up. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's one thing I really like. I also really like how they kept the same blade shape for between the two knives. If you can see here, they did keep pretty much exactly the same blade shape, though they kind of messed around with the dimensions a little bit. Let me put it sideways so I can't see around the top. So you can see here, if I don't stab myself, you can see they shortened up the Paramilitary's blade just a little bit, which I think is nice because unfortunately the military is illegal for me to EDC here in Colorado, though I kind of have been doing it anyways, so that's why I generally carry smaller knife just as a sort of people-friendly option. But anyways, I really enjoy this full flat grind. On the Paramilitary 2, I believe the blade is a little bit thicker, so you end up having a really high grind line, even though this is about 45 degrees. The edge is a lot beefier than on the military. I don't know if you guys can see how high this the bevel here is. So pretty nice. I find it stays really sharp. I've really been enjoying the S35VN or S35VN S30V. Is it S? Yeah, S30V. Now I just got woken up, all mixed up on my knives here today, and just all around I think it's an awesome metal, steel from Spyderco, just because of how easy it is to maintain. Both of these still are rocking their factory edges, and the only thing I've had to do to maintain them is strop them every once in a while. They're very light stropping, and these things are ridiculously sharp. Just an advert from the rubbish bin, as you Brits would say, and you know, it's just ridiculously sharp. I mean, it's amongst one of my sharpest knives, but I don't know, I've just really been enjoying the blade. So moving down the pivot, like I said, I had problems with the lock, but it's just, besides that, it's just ridiculously smooth. I oiled this once when I got it, and it's just amazingly smooth. I mean, it's whisper silent, loose as hell, but just locks up ridiculously tight. There's no movement at all whatsoever. So really been enjoying that. The one thing I kind of dislike is how they drilled these holes right over the pivot. So any sort of dust and dirt that collects in there is going to be going directly into the pivot space. You can see it's just a little bit offset from that pivot screw, so it goes right in there and it's going to get in the tang. So it's not too big of a problem, but I have had some times where I got a little bit of dirt and grime and crap stuck in there, and I had to use some compressed air to get it out, and now it's just fine. Moving down the knife, the compression lock. The compression lock, I've actually been enjoying the lock a lot. It has been confusing when I've gone back to my military, when I try to unlock it like this and I can't do it, and then I realize I'm stupid and it's a liner lock. But I've actually really been enjoying it. It's kind of a cool lock. You can open and close it quite quickly. It's not too inconvenient to unlock, though. The liner lock, generally you just have to move your thumb over here, which is kind of already a natural position. Here you just kind of have to reposition your hand and close it. So it's pretty nice. I really haven't noticed any issues after making it a little less sticky. Again, I'll put a link in the annotations if you do have a lock, paramilitary lock that's sticky. But G10 handle scales are really nice. It's a nice kind of a smoother G10, about the same with the military. It's nice and smooth, so it doesn't tear up your pockets too badly, though after a while it starts eating them up. But I guess that's inevitable with G10, but it still provides quite a bit of traction, and especially coupled with this awesome awesome handle shape. Let's do another side by side here with the military. You can see it looks pretty damn similar to the military, both in fit and just how it fits in the hand. It's just amazing. So that's one thing I loved about the military, is the kind of the amount of grip options you can use. They just made the handle just a tiny bit shorter. You can see it's probably 3/4 of an inch, if that, shorter overall, but it still fits amazingly well in the hand. I've got larger hands, and I still have a little bit of extra space on this knife. So if I go up in the choil, that's pretty comfortable. I can go back and still not have my fingers squeezed too tightly, or I can kind of go back here and still be quite comfortable. So overall, I just love how ergonomic this handle shape is. Very, very nice. So now moving down, pocket clip. I gotta say, despite this being tip down carry, I kind of love this sort of banana clip style, kind of the little curved. And I almost felt a little sad that they didn't do it on here, but that's just me being a little sentimental. So still very nice. They did set it a little weirdly, a little to the side because of this giant lanyard tube, and a little offset. So when it sits in the pocket, this handy bubble miller will act as my pocket today. So you can see when I set it in the pocket, the knife is kind of the pocket clip is a little crooked, but you know, it's not too big of a deal. As compared to the Spyderco military, there is still a little bit that sticks out from the knife, which is, you know, I don't mind it too much. It gives a nice purchase point to grab on and then deploy the knife, so not too big of a deal there. So another thing that's nice about the paramilitary too is they have it drilled for every carry position, left, right, tip up, tip down, which is nice, except for the little problem I mentioned with the tip down carry position, holes getting crap in them. But it's nice. I can even actuate it with my left hand, so you lefties, this knife does work out pretty well. The price point comes in, at least for the normal model, at about $100, so it's quite an affordable knife. And when you look at it, it's just an amazing value, I'd say. I got this used on the Spyderco, not the Spyderco forums, though that is a great place. I got this used on the Candle Power forums for about $80 shipped, so I got a pretty damn good deal. And honestly, I would have paid full price for it. It's just an amazing knife. At first I was a little skeptical about why this knife was so popular, but now that I've carried this for about 2.5 months, I really can understand. I have a hell of a time trying to get this out of my pocket. I'm actually forcing myself to EDC my Delica today. Just still a nice knife, but man, this one just smooth as hell. So anyhow, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, any suggestions, anything like that, let me know. I'd be more than happy to make a video or reply or whatever it is. So anyhow, thanks for watching. See you guys later.